Hey everyone, welcome back to my DIY home with Liz. In today's video, I have a really great trash to treasure video that I've been working on all week, and I'm so excited to finally share it with you. But before we get started, my friends over at Glamsockets reached out to me and asked if they could give away 2 Glamsockets to my subscribers. So I thought, yes, I love my Glamsocket and I know you guys are going to love it too. Glamsockets has sent me 2 sockets to give away to you guys in this giveaway. So I'm gonna be giving away the Marrakesh one, and I'm also going to be giving away Versailles. These are both so cute, and I think they would just really go in any house. I just think these would really go great in almost any house. So if you would like to enter for a chance to win one of these, all you have to do is 1, be a subscriber to my channel, and then leave me a comment below. In the comments, all I want you to tell me is what time of day you like watching my videos. Do you like watching them morning, noon, or night? Just kind of give me a ballpark of when you watch videos. I love having my Glamsocket in my home so much, and if you're interested in having one in your home, I'm gonna put a link in the description box to where you can pick these up. Do you guys remember last month I did a haul where I went garage sailing and I came across this really cool mirror, and the best part about this mirror was that I picked it up for free. I couldn't believe that I actually got this for free. So I knew that I wanted to paint it and display it in my home. So a lot of you gave me the suggestion of doing white, which I love that idea, but I actually decided to do something a little bit different. Lately, I've been loving the color Moss by Waverly that you can pick up at Walmart. So what I did was I painted on 2 coats of the Waverly Moss color on this. I let that paint completely dry before I decided to come back in and do a wet distressing. So to wet distress, all you need to do is get any sort of lint-free rag, and you're just going to completely get it wet and then wring it out. Then you're gonna go back in and you're going to pull the paint off, and you're just gonna wipe it off just like you would with sandpaper. With this piece, I really wanted to pull back all that really cool detail around the frame, so I concentrated on really getting in so you could see that design on my frame. Once you've wet distressed as much as you like, just let your piece dry again because it's going to be wet. And then from there, you can display it anywhere in your home. I actually put this in my master bedroom, and I love the way that it turned out. So our next project that we're going to work on are some stools for my kitchen bar. I have only had 2 stools on my bar for a couple of years now, and I really needed 3. So when I was at Habitat for Humanity, I found these round bar stools for $5, and it was a great deal, and I knew that I couldn't pass these up. So I picked up 3 of them. So I decided to paint them with my Waverly white chalk paint. So when I paint bar stools, I usually do the inner portion first. And then I come back in and paint the outer legs. For these stools, I did 2 coats of the Waverly white. I really wanted my bar stools to be extra distressed. So whenever I want that look, I think it's best to achieve it with an electric sander. So I took the 3 bar stools outside and I just started sanding them down with my electric sander. The only trick to sanding 3 items is just making sure that you get them as similar as possible. So I just kind of lined them up to help me with sanding, so I made sure that one of them didn't look less distressed than the others. So once I had all 3 of the bar stools distressed, I decided to add a little bit of dark wax. I used the Annie Sloan dark wax. Several of you have asked me where to pick up Annie Sloan. They don't sell it online. So what you have to do is you have to go to their website and look up a local vendor in your area. And hopefully there's somebody who sells it in your area. I know for me, the closest vendor for me is like 45 minutes, but sometimes I'll just drive out there. The paints last forever, so I don't really have to go too often. So the way I like to add the dark wax is I just take a rag and I put a little bit of the dark wax on, and then I use that same rag to just wipe it off. And you can do as little or as much as you like. I suggest going in really lightly at first because the dark wax, you know, is very powerful. My next step is I really wanted to add a cool farmhouse stencil to these stools. So I reached out to my friends at Stencil Revolution and they sent me this really cute farmhouse stencil. This stencil is actually one whole stencil that I'm gonna break up into 3 separate stencils for my stool. The stencil I got was 11 by 24 and I will link below to the exact stencil that I'm using. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the chicken, the sheep, and the cow all separate on the stools. So the way I did this was I just centered my stencil up onto my stool. And then I used a little bit of tape along the edges just so that it wouldn't move as I was stenciling. Next, I'm gonna come in with my brush in that same Waverly Moss color that I'm loving. And I'm just going to dab the paint onto my stool. I only did 1 coat. I usually only do 1 coat whenever I'm stenciling. And then I'll just repeat those steps with the other stencils on my other stools. I did not want these to look like perfect stencils, so I decided I needed to distress them a little bit. So I'm just going to use a little bit of hand sanding and come back in and sand this stencil just a little bit. To seal these, because they're gonna get a lot of wear and tear underneath my bar, I'm using the Annie Sloan clear wax. So I'm just going to brush that on with a rag and then wipe off any excess. And then I'll let those dry, and this is how my final project turned out. I love these stools so much. I can't wait to use this stencil in other areas of my house, but I just think they look so farmhouse and so cute. If you guys are enjoying these DIYs, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps to support my channel. And if you love seeing DIYs like this, make sure to subscribe because I post 3 to 4 DIYs each week. The third project that I'm going to work on is this super large ceramic candle stand that I picked up for a couple of dollars at a garage sale in that same haul where I got the frame. I wanted this to be a very neutral piece, so I decided to paint it with 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. When I'm painting something like this, I like to make sure to flip it over and paint on the underside. That way, I make sure that I get all the pieces. So to distress this piece, I wanted it to be a very light and subtle distressing. So what I did was I took black and gray acrylic paints and I just lightly brushed those on to random areas of my candle stand. Now once I did that, I realized that the paint was a little bit harsh. So my technique to use whenever you feel like it just looks like paint slapped on something, here's what I do. So I go back in with a foam brush. I'm just using, mine is like a little sponge looking thing. So I like to go back in with a little bit more white, and I'm just going to sponge it on top of that gray and black that I just put on. What that's gonna do is it's really gonna mute and tame down that color, so it's just a small hint of it coming through. So that's a tip. If you ever distress too far, just go back in with your original color and lightly dab it around the area. And here's a look at how the final candle stand looks on my fireplace. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 trash to treasure projects, and make sure to enter our giveaway for the Glamsocket. Just leave me a comment below letting me know when you like to watch my videos, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And then if you'd like to see our last trash to treasure video, I'm going to link it right here. So all you have to do is click right here and you can go and watch our last video. And I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye!